So can you guys, anyone, go through the what is the objective we discussed, and then what is the thing we are going to implement yesterday? Can anyone share your points, like our objective, what we are going to do? I have told one kind of flow, right? This.
Yeah, we have learned about blue-green deployment and rollout or canary deployment
Mhm.
and how benefit it is to like which you have to choose for the deployment.
Mhm. Okay. But we wanted to go for one lab, right? One kind of task in our session. We already made a one kind of context.
That at least without KTS, how we can deploy the image.
Okay. Mhm.
Yeah, implementing KTS, I mean, WordPress with the KTS.
With the YAML file. Yeah, this is further, but we wanted to go for one. Yesterday, I had given one objective. These other steps are mandatory, kind of, if I remember. We wanted to go with that approach. Any thoughts?
I mean, we discussed about 5 years of implementing WordPress, right? So, since currently we are discussing about the KTS.
Yeah, what are the steps we need to do for this? Just now, like replace for now WordPress with the normal Apache. Okay, we'll go with the WordPress or some other letter. Implement Apache with AKS. Like implement in the sense, implement is not the good keyword. Yeah. Few steps we discussed. Let me go little top. Same thing. Yes, you go. This is the one we wanted to implement, right? This is what our objective. So till we did last time here, in which technology we did this setup?
Docker.
Docker.
Docker. In Docker only we did one more extra.
Terraform.
No. In this Docker only, after this Docker push, we did here some one more task in the Docker only.
Run.
Run only. But for runtime, we are not going with this. What is the one we are taking for runtime?
Kubernetes.
Kubernetes, exactly. So please, you have to tell me these steps. Please make sure that you review the topics, everything. Just remind the topics and all. This is my objective. Please tell me with this. Cool. So for now, yeah, everywhere, obviously, you know, right? The code will be written in our local. So this should be, we will do in local. Okay. And then I'll bring this local code to here. For all these tasks, we are doing from one place, right? What is the place we are doing it? From where we are doing?
Automation server.
Automation server.
Automation server, exactly. First, I'll make sure that code in my local setup. Then I'll bring this code from local to automation server. First, setup in the sense, write the code in. Okay. Bring the code to automation server. Complete those steps. Complete those steps. That is what my objective. So first I'll write the code local. I think we already have a local. Let me close that. Don't say. Let's go to the static website 1 or 2, whatever. I'll go with 1, for example. So steps, yeah. Write a Docker file and index.html something right here. So this Docker file, this setup we are for Apache and then static website. Can you someone tell me how the instructions will be there in this Docker file? Apache static code. I need to deploy into the Docker container, Docker image. I need to how the Docker file steps will look like with this. Mhm.
Then copy.
No. I need the full line exactly. Sample.
Okay. So from HTTPD, if it is Apache,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe you can, if you are bringing from the any hub, we have to directly, you can put the image name.
Yeah, go ahead. I wanted to have static code, everything readily available in the Docker file steps. In this Docker file, I need to copy the code, everything should be there. With that, please tell me the steps. Guys, anyone talk about Docker file? How the Docker file instructions will be there?
From the base image,
Okay.
From
What is the base image we are going to take here?
Apache,
HTTPD.
Okay, next.
copy.
Yeah, what are you going to copy? Please complete that sentence, whatever is
Uh,
m update -y and install HTTPD.
Okay, we are not taking the Ubuntu image something. Already installed HTTPD we are taking.
/www and HTML in the copy keyword.
What are you copying to the Docker file? Sorry, we are talking the basics again going back to again that. You should know all these things already.
We are copying the index.html.
Like
the
kind of star.html, right? Here, static code.
Yes.
So where is the index.html?
So it is in our process.
It is /user /local / if it is in our folder, we have to mention the /folder name. Then we have to put it on, give the space, and we can put on the user
Yeah,
/local.
let's go with this example only, okay? Let me delete this one. Delete this one. Yeah. This is the code I wanted to deploy, okay? As a Docker container, Docker image or whatever something. So what steps will be there in this Docker file?
Yeah, please go to Docker file.
Yeah, tell me the steps.
Yeah, from
Mm-hmm.
HTTPD,
Mm-hmm.
the image maybe 2.4, whatever it is there in the latest version, you can use that.
Tag, okay.
Tag, yeah, the tag you can use.
Mm.
Then the next step is copy
Mm-hmm.
/oxr.html.
Awesome. This is the code. Mm-hmm.
Then give the space and /user /local /apache2 /htd docs /
Yeah. Because they changed in the Docker image. This path they changed in the container. Okay.
Right, earlier it is dash /var /h.
This is the one. So our objective was here /user local
/local /apache2 /htd docs.
Yeah, this is what this cool. So code is ready. For example, sample code is ready. So then this is the I'm going to update this readme.md. So I'll update the parallel also. Yeah, code is ready in the local. Next, this is what right code is ready. Then I need to bring this code into my local to which server?
Automation
server. Let me go. This is the automation server. Here I'll create one folder. Okay, same structure folder I'll create whatever there in my local. I'll create one same structure folder. Usually, right, what is the good place to keep the code and all? This is my home directory. Okay, this is my home directory. Okay, instead of here, right, best place to do in the /opt or somewhere. Okay, So I'll use some third party folder only. I'll not do here, okay? Slash home EC2 user and I'll take into some place. You remember third party folders and all, what is a good place to create?
Slash OPT or slash user.
Slash root. I'll go to the, let me switch to the root user because I'll not get the permission issues under OPT here. Let me create here. So I'm doing my work, okay? I'm going to create my work something. I create one folder called workspace. Okay. Workspace. Okay. In this workspace, I'll bring all my code, okay? This is the workspace. Where is workspace in the sense I'm going to work all my activities here in this folder. I'll bring the code here, I'll keep it here, something. Now, which is the server we are in right now? We are logged in. Bastion or other server, automation server?
Automation.
Automation server.
In this automation server, we create a workspace. I'll replicate the same of my local folder. Okay, I'll replicate that. I'll bring the code my local to here into workspace. So with that, let me see the folder structure. Where was the VS code? Yeah. Static website 2. Sorry. Yeah. Static website 2. CD static website.
No, name is wrong.
Oh, sorry. Let me rename. Oh. Let's rename it. Done. Oh my god. Sorry again. Website. Yeah, correct. Here in this location, the workspace I'll replicate it. What are the files should be here in this folder?
Docker file.
Let's create one Docker file. Let's bring the copy paste to the same code here. Okay, one more. Let's put the cat. One more should be there right here.
OX HTML.
mkdir. Let's create one folder. In this folder, some file should be there, right? What file should exist?
So HTML file, index.html.
Yeah, like kind of code, whatever the developer given. I'll take sample code only, okay? We don't care about what is there inside this. This is taken care by the whom? Dev team.
Dev.
For now, I'll create one simple HTML. It's that. Let's save this file. Cool. So exactly the structure is there. Let me go back. Please, wherever you have the Docker file, in that from that file only, you have to run the Docker build kind of commands. Yes. So what we did now, from local, whatever the code is there, we replicate into the automation server. Into which folder we did that? Where is the code right now? In the automation server, workspace.
Slash
code.
OP. Yeah.
Workspace. You can say that workspace. It is there. So from local, I brought the code into the workspace into automation server. Cool. Next, code is ready. Next, what we need to do?
We have to build the image.
Yeah. So exactly these steps. Build image, then log into ECR, Docker push. So before building image, what should be present?
ECR.
ECR. Where is ECR?
It's in AWS. We have to authenticate.
No, where is ECR? What service? What when you say ECR, what is the service called?
AWS managed service.
Yeah, what is that? What is the service?
Container registry.
Yeah, container registry. Just a minute. I'll come to the AWS console. Sure. Just a minute. I'm going to connect to the cluster. AWS console. I'll connect it. We'll go to the ECR container registry. Sorry, just so all my registries are in the same region. I'll go here easier. We can create our own registry also with the Docker related commands only. Docker can be used to run, to create a registry, to run, to build images. So Docker has good up set of tools. But instead of the local registry, we are going with the managed registry. In a Linux mission, right? You can create your own registry also in EC2. Okay, ECR. Hey man, last time we created in this account or a different account? Yes, another reason maybe. Okay, never mind. So our E case is there in the Mumbai only. Let's switch it. You can pull from any region. E case can pull from any region. Yeah, this is the cluster. So I'm just keeping it same. Let's create a repository. I'll make the same name of the my code repository also, static website 2 or whatever. Like let it be one static website. Scan and push. Let's scan the images in case if there is a vulnerability. Tag immutability. Don't care. Only the property I'm enabling is the scan and push thing. Cool. So registry is there. Now this should be there before building, right? Next, go here. Commands. These are the commands. First, we need to log in. From where you will run this command?
Automation server.
Yeah. What is the CLI command you are running here? You are running couple of CLI commands from here.
Right.
ECR login. Yeah, one more. Couple of tools you are using right here. By saying it, you can.
Docker login
ECR
and
also was selected.
Yeah. First, which one you are logging here? First.
ECR login.
That will give the password for us. It will give a password. With that
Then
password, you are passing to whom that password? Docker
Docker.
login with the pipe symbol. The pipe, what it does?
Yeah.
The first command output will give as a input to second command. Here you are saying take the password standard input because this password is a very big password and all. So done. Next, Docker build. This is it's your own name. They're building it. Again, they're doing a command called tag. Instead of that, what you can do, right? So thumb rule, when you are pushing a image to ECR, it should be like this. It should be like this. Sorry, like this. It should be your account name, and then your image should be like this only. This is your repository URL. Complete your repository URL, your account. Inside this repository, this is your repository URL, the ECR. Inside that one repository. In future, I'll get one more. This will get changed. So instead of that, doing like this again tag, right? Tag is nothing but changing the name. It is you are copying another. Instead of that, right? When I'm doing a Docker build itself, this is a little important. Like you will be confusing it. When I'm doing a build itself, right? Instead of this name, I'll give this name only directly. So that login Docker build with this name, then I can push directly like this. No need to do again build tag and all. Tag is nothing but just copy paste. That's another. So let's take it. Take this command. Paste. So we are running AWS CLI command. You are interacting with ECR.
I think we have to give IAM access, right?
Yeah, I'm talking on it. Yeah. So you are running AWS ECR. You are running AWS CLI command. Internally, you are communicating with ECR. This you are doing inside EC2. So the EC2 should have IAM role to authenticate ECR kind of policies and all. So if we go to that console, last time I think we did already. I think. Let's see.
EC2 to ECR, I think there is a.
Yeah, if we go here, we could have
Security.
full we get given because we are getting the Which mission I selected?
Correct.
Automation server.
Automation.
If we go here, permission, yes.
Yeah, administrative access. Yes, it will work.
Yeah, completely. So let's see. And then one more tool should be installed, right, in this mission. One more software should get installed. Otherwise, what are the tools you are using in this command completely?
Docker and EC.
No, we are not using ECR command here.
AWS authentication,
Yeah, AWS
Yeah.
CLI and one more.
Docker.
So two tools should get installed, right, in this automation server.
Yeah, IAM authentication and
But in this command only, you should have two tools.
AWS and Docker.
Yeah,
AWS
AWS and
CLI, yeah.
Docker, and Docker should be in running state. When you say Docker, two things are there: Docker server, Docker CLI.
client.
You are running a Docker CLI command. Okay. Now, what should be running? Otherwise, it will fail. One service should be running, right?
Client.
Docker server should be running.
Yeah.
To
Client
whom you
is
are
given.
giving? To whom you are giving this instruction?
To client.
You are giving this instruction to the Docker server. You are saying that Docker login, take that. So internally, let me put it here. This is the automation server. I brought the code from my local to. I brought it to the which location I brought this code?
Automation.
Yeah, in the automation server, what is the path, if you remember?
Yeah, /opt /static /work space and /static website.
Workspace, some strategy.
/static website.
Yeah, this is the path I brought the code. Oh my God, what happened? This is the path I brought the code. Now here, what are the tools we are running? What are the commands we are running inside the workspace folder? You should run in the same workspace folder only. What are the commands we are going to run? AWS here, login pipe symbol, Docker,
Docker log.
login. So how many tools you are using here in this command?
Two
tools. So in this OS, what are the tools should be get installed? One is the AWS. One more is the
Docker.
Docker CLI. This Docker CLI will talk to one service. Then only it will be other. If this Docker server should running continuously. When you say Docker login, you are asking to this guy internally. The Docker AWS CLI will talk to whom to get the credentials. It is the ECR. Outside is ECR, for example. Outside. Here is the ECR. Okay. In this ECR, you created a ECR. Here is the ECR. Here is a one repository. Okay. The repo static website. Now, you are saying AWS ECR login. This will talk to one service internally.
IAM.
Exactly. It will be talking to IAM exactly internally. AWS CLI will talk to IAM. Otherwise, you are not allowed to access, right? Internally, it will talk to IAM. It will check the policy. It will check the node role, everything. It will talk to IAM. IAM will give on the fly the permissions, credentials, everything. It will return. Yeah. So then IAM will return you the token. With the token, again, you are passing to here. This token, again, it will give it to Docker server. Docker server internally will check again with IAM. Is it the correct token or not? Couple of times it will check. If it is correct token, then it will allow to log into to whom? ECR.
ECR.
That is what the process internally. Let me put it here. Cool. So let's take that command. Already we have a permission. So you should know that one software should be running to work this command. What is the software should be running?
Docker server.
Docker.
Docker server. Otherwise, it will fail. Docker
Yeah,
is
Docker.
that is what. Let's install. Yeah. Install. Please, these are all important because when we go little one of the automation concept, you should know this, what are the tools we need to install on that automation server and all. So that's why in this automation server already I'm repeating it. What are the tools you are using? AWS CLI and Docker. AWS CLI already came. How it came? Because you are using Amazon Linux, they installed for you. In future, I will bring one layer. In that, no tools will be there. So we will install all these tools from scratch. So that's why. Let's go back. Oh, it started automatically. Docker login. Please second here, please. We did start just install, no? Maybe. Maybe to run maybe local containers, I think then Docker server should be running. Docker login, I think no server shouldn't run then maybe. Yeah, that I can say. Docker server should run if you are running a containers, but Docker CLI is enough, I think. That's what it means. Yeah. Good. But yeah, let it be. We will see that in future if any error comes, we'll start the Docker. Okay. Good. So now we are able to, this is what the message you need. You are able to log into to whom internally? To whom we logged in?
Docker server.
Do you log into Docker server?
No,
File to
Docker we
ECR.
have login. Docker client.
Why did we got login succeeded message? To which service?
ECR.
ECR.
So you are able to log into whom? ECR. Then you see right, it generated one file here, ECR. So internally to whom you are logging here? Login to ECR. Internally you are saying that Docker login to ECR. Here you are getting a password. That password you are passing to ECR. Internally you logged into which service now? ECR. Cool. Next time onwards, if I do Docker push with that ECR URL, all my images can have authentication to log into. They can push images to ECR. Cool. So let me go for in these steps. This is ready. This is also ready. This is, I mean, these steps we did before only. Let's do the Docker build, then push. You can put these steps before only. It's up to you. Okay, cool. So this is important. You see, right? I'm getting the steps from here only because they give that according to their account related under. Yeah. Saying command, push command only. I'll change little. Instead of right, push, I'll pull build -t. Let's keep it one space dot. At the end, that is for current context. Push, I change little. So you should run this command wherever you have the Docker file. So where is my Docker file currently? Local, automation server, ECR, EKS, where?
ECR.
No. Now it is in here only. It is in your automation server.
Automation server. Okay.
In which path? /temp, /root user, workspace, /hello.
Yeah, slash
Slash
workspace, like OPD workspace.
You say workspace, that's it, okay?
Yeah.
In the workspace, we have the code. Docker file, all that code is there in the workspace, okay? So what is the task we are going to do now?
building.
Build a image.
Building.
Build a image.
And
Push a image. Push
Push
to
image.
ECR.
Yeah.
build the image, push the image. Why are we building the image? In the Docker file, there are the application code is there. That code we wanted to run in the containers, in the EKS, wherever the container runtime layer. So we wanted to take application in the Docker image format. So that's what our image operate, not on the OS layer. So let's go with that. You have to tell me now. What I need to do with this. Guys, you know already answer, no? I was telling here only in this image. Whatever Docker instructions you are giving, that internally will give it to whom? Docker.
Docker server.
So what is this error meaning?
We have to
You need
run
to
the
start Docker.
server.
Yeah. Systemctl start Docker. Let's enable in future also. Okay. Now Docker was not running. That's what here. Cool. So Docker build. Docker build to whom it is giving that steps? Docker CLI
Docker
command.
client.
This is the Docker client, okay?
You're giving to Docker server.
Internally it will give to Docker server. That job, the pulling image. Docker server, what it does, it will scan your Docker file. It will see what is the base image. Is that image locally available? Then where is that image? Is it in somewhere provide registry? By default, it will pull from the Docker hub. Cool. See, observe here. It is pulling that image from somewhere. It is pulling that image. Then the copy, 2 steps. Cool. Now Docker image has been built. How to check Docker image built or not?
Docker space like images.
Images. So please, the image should be like 1 second. Yeah, the image should be like this format. Your ECR URL and then your repository colon tag like this. This is the image ID, the time, the size of the image and all. So this is the format of the your registry. It should be like this only. Your URL, repo name, then. Now image is ready. Next.
We have to push to ECR.
Can you tell me that how the format should be?
Image name with the tag. Like
Same.
actually account ID. Yeah, same you can copy. Account ID.
We'll say this repository URL. Next repository tag. You can say like this, okay? Repository URL, repository name, colon tag. It should be in that format only. Space, colon, 1. So you know what these numbers, right? What these numbers are called?
Image IDs.
MD5 numbers internally.
Yeah.
Oh, SHA numbers, right? You remember last time I was MD5 SHA. Whether file changed or not, something they'll check internally. SHA, Kitash. Cool. Let's go here. Close this wala. Just refresh it here. One image been pushed here. Next time onwards, if there is no code change, if I push that another number, it will come here only. Internally, it will check this SHA got changed or not, something. Couple of times it will check. If it is changed, it will come on one more tag. If you push couple of tags, all will come under 1, 2, 3 like that only. Cool. Now image is ready. Next. Image is a TCR.
Yeah, make ML first. Create ML.
Next, what is pending? Image is ready. Do we do Docker run or Kubernetes do we prefer? Where do we prefer?
Kubernetes prefer and we'll create YAML file.
Why only Kubernetes? Why not Docker? Why are we going for Kubernetes?
Port mapping.
Sorry?
Port mapping, you can do that.
Yeah.
We can't do with the Docker with port mapping and all.
Yeah, we can do port mapping also. But why are you going for Docker? Sorry, Kubernetes. Why can't I run directly Docker only? Yesterday we were discussing some cases, right? Anyone talk about that?
It's managed.
What do you mean by managed?
Like it's within AWS, right? We can manage.
Manage the master. We don't need to touch any master site. So it will manage.
Okay.
And also it will even it will help.
No, I was talking on this context. Yesterday I had given some sample, right? For example, this one with this. If we use Docker to run the container, what problems? If you go with the K8s, what is the benefit? Why K8s?
Image is lost. We cannot get back in the Docker.
Image lost.
Sorry, this any
Container loss.
Any
Container.
container.
container got
So we need a volume, but here also it's going to be lost is lost.
If container gets deleted, if EC2 gets deleted it, whatever containers are running on the EC2, let's say EC2 got deleted in the Docker. If you're running 10 containers in one Docker, I'm so sorry, in one EC2, let me say in EC2, if you're running Docker containers with the Docker technology, if that EC2 gets deleted, gone, you need to bring one more EC2. You have to set up all that tools. You have to do Docker run again. You need to pull the images, Docker run, Docker run, Docker run. You have to do that. Here, everything is no. Just feed me the image. Please, you should have that clarity. Then only you know the beauty of the K8s. Why you are going for K8s is K8s doesn't have intelligence of building images. What tool we use for building images? What is the tool we are using?
Docker.
Docker.
K8s doesn't have that intelligence. K8s only purpose is to run the containers. How it runs? Like Docker, it will run, true. But in the Docker, if EC2 gets deleted, the containers gone. You have to run again. But in the K8s, if one EC2 gets deleted, automatically, because you told number of replicas, it will bring that number of replicas in another EC2. Automatically, it will bring. So K8s is container management technology. It doesn't do building and all something. Just it will run. So you should have the clarity that Docker versus K8s. So now we are good here. Image is ready in ECR. Image is there in the ECR. So we pushed it. Next. So to deploy image into EKS, into Kubernetes, not only EKS, anywhere, Kubernetes, there are some deployment objects are there. Can you guys tell me?
Deployment.
Deployment of image into EKS or whatever K8s. Objects are there. One, pod,
What?
two,
Deployment. Statefuls. Daemon set. And replicas.
something controller also. Okay. There is one more cron job. These are like schedule. They'll run on some schedule and all. Schedule based upon the time. Like I wanted to run every day one image, some time and all. In this case, that image will get deployed as a kind equal to cron job or job. You can go with this both. Cool. So which one? I have image in where? ECR. If I want to deploy this image into K8s, you need to follow either one this only. That is the rule. I don't want to save my container data. Let it get deleted in case my container gets deleted. Let it go. Then prefer the
Deployment.
So you need to write one. You remember, right? You need to pick any one. Then you have to write one
AML file.
manifest ML. Manifest in the sense YAML. Okay. Can you guys tell me here syntax for that? Let me go here. Write the code. Everything write the code in the local first. See that? What is that YAML? See that deploy dot YAML. Yeah. Tell me.
Yeah, API version.
Something. It's up to that. Whatever that something. Don't care about it.
Okay. Kind deployment. And metadata. Name.
I'll say that static website.
Spec.
In this spec, we will give that
Image and
image like replicas, blah blah something here. Replicas. And then you remember in the Docker, we can control resources also, right? For example, how many CPU.
limits.
Two things you can give request,
And
limit. Here you can specify that CPU,
memory.
Here also you can specify all this CPU, memory, and then you can specify this also container port container. What is the port my container should do? What is that image inside it is running based upon that base image and all. Here, what is the image here? 80. Now this is very important. Seventh line. You should give that ECR URL here. Take this link. Should give this URL here. This URL till colon 1. What is the YAML we created now?
Deployment ML.
Deployment YAML. So this YAML will be this YAML will be first understandable by one tool. What is the tool? You will give this YAML to one Docker file will give to which tool? Docker file we will give to one tool. What is the tool?
Docker tool.
Server.
Docker. Yeah, Docker server also that can be. This YAML you have to give it to run this YAML, right? You should have one tool. What is the tool? To deploy to do run something, right? You need to have one tool.
kubectl.
kubectl, exactly. So let me go here to this server. You should have one more tool. kubectl. Cool. So you should have it. See, what are the tools? AWS CLI. In Atomic server, what and all you need? AWS CLI,
Docker
Docker
CLI.
CLI, kubectl.
Kubectl.
AWS CLI, why we are using?
How to log in the ECR.
You are not logging to ECR with the Docker AWS CLI. No, you are not logging. Docker login is logging to ECR. Why are we using AWS CLI? To get the password. You are getting a password here. If you go to that command, right, you are getting a password. To get the password, we are using AWS CLI. Docker login is the one who is logging to ECR internally. Cool. Now, kubectl I have, YAML I have. Let me bring it. I'll get the some internet code only. Okay, sample. We will adapt it. Go here. There is YAML. Bring this content as it is. Now you tell me in this one has to be changed. That's it. Let me change this naming convention. Okay.
Static website.
Yeah, it is the deployment only. Now in this one thing has to be changed. But
Image. We need to change. We need to give our ECR URL.
that's it. This is a sample deployment ML spec replicas. This will select it internally. That's okay. We'll discuss it further. So this is the my objective was spec from where you are pulling the image. How many replicas? I don't want 3. Let's keep it 1. Save this file. Where is the file now?
In
No
local.
local.
But where we need to bring this code?
Database server.
Into which folder?
Workspace folder.
Workspace, right? So let's do manually. So let's go here. Let's spend. Go here. So let me switch to that root user cd opt workspace static website folder. Here let me create a file deploy.yaml. Copy this code there. Cool. Next. What is the command next? I need to run. YAML is there.
kubectl apply.
So what are the prerequisites should be in the automation server?
kubectl tool and
kubectl one more file also you need, right? What is that?
kubeconfig file. Kubeconfig file.
Config. So to get the kubeconfig, you should have readily what is the readily available here? What is the service should be available here? EKS. So from EKS, So there is a one command, AWS EKS update command. You should get it from EKS. Here, worker nodes will be running here. Worker nodes here, they will be running behind. They are all connected to EKS internally. Don't think about the image, okay? Cool. So all the operations you are doing from one place, right? What is that place? Whatever Docker login, Docker build, kubectl, we are doing from one place only, not our local. What is the server we are?
Automation server.
Automation, sir.
Automation server. Just keep that thought, okay? In the automation server, you should have all these tools. Cool. Now, please tell me, this is the YAML is ready. Command is kubectl.
Apply.
FNF. How can I check kube config is there or not? I want to check config is there or not. Normally, at least to check. Kubectl get nodes. Just this is the testing command only. The testing command only. Cool. So it is saying that you should know that by this time. What is the error?
Kubeconfig file is not there.
Yeah, we need to get the kube config, right? That is a
Yes.
command called AWS ECR. Sorry, this is the command. AWS EKS, this is the command. What is the tool you are using here? To get the kube config, what is the tool you are using?
EKS.
What is the tool you are using? Tool in the sense command.
AWS CLI.
AWS CLI. With the AWS CLI, you are interacting to which service now?
EKS service.
Yes. Previously, with what service we interacted? Previously, if you remember today, we interacted with one more service also.
ECR.
ECR. What is the tool we are using here in this case?
AWS.
AWS CLI. With AWS CLI, I am going to EKS. So you should have IAM role also. You are interacting from here to there, right? You should have IAM role. And then I'm asking that, give me the credentials. This internally will go to IAM role. That IAM role will check policies are there or not to that EKS. If there, you will get a kube config. Done. There is in your home user directory, there is a folder called .cube. It's been created here, .cube folder. And you have a config file. In this config file, what information will be there? I'm repeating it a couple of times again.
Docker image name.
Yeah, credentials.
Docker image name.
Endpoint.
No,
Endpoint.
You are interacting with whom?
EKS.
Yes.
Yes.
API server
Endpoint.
endpoint.
Yeah, API server
API server.
information. The master, worker, we are interacting with EKS now. So Docker we left it. So in this file, you will have a API server endpoint now. Whatever instructions I'm giving, to whom you are talking now here. kubectl always will talk to one guy. Let me go here.
API server.
Worker.
Let me go here. Yes. Master. In the master, obviously there are the components. So kubectl always will talk to master only. So now you are saying that this command. You are saying here kubectl apply FNF. You remember we created one YAML, right? This YAML. So this internally will load one file, right? Automatically it will load one file. What is that file?
Kubeconfig file.
Config. In that file, you have a API server. That API server, it will give this YAML internally, it will give it. Now, the master will take the YAML. It will check internally scheduler, EK, this thing
ETCD.
like etcd. It will check with the internally some more components, controller. It will validate what is the kind you are deploying in this YAML. What is the kind?
Deployment.
Deployment. Then since and in the you see right here, what is the image from where image is getting?
ECR.
So master doesn't do anything. Master will give that deployment YAML as is to this guy worker. It will pass internally to one of the worker node. Whatever the scheduler told, right? You have 3 worker nodes. It will assign one worker node. The master will give internally, you think the YAML as is. This guy, what it do? He will pull the image from here. How he will pull the image? because you had given this URL. It will pull from there. Let's apply. Let me ask you a few questions here.
Deployment object.
Deployment object.
Yeah, this is the one. This is the one you have to say. Okay. This deployment internally will create some object called pod. This pod it will create. Let's go and then see here. Let's see. Observe here. What is that name? Static website deployment. This is with your pod name will come with this. Okay. kubectl get the PO. Can you see here somewhere? Where is our static website deployment?
This is static web deployment one by one.
Last right here. Last right
Yeah.
here. Last right here. So did you deploy pod or deployment?
Deployment.
Deployment. That internally created
Yeah, it's created pod.
pod. So deployment will be running or pod will be running?
Pod will be running.
You see right here. Deployment won't to go run. Deployment just say it will give a one, like for example, Terraform will run or EC2 will be running. Terraform is the code. You are applying that code and then internally the resources are running something behind. In same way, deployment is a kind of an object, but it will not run. That will create internally what? Pod objects internally. Now pod is running here. You see here? Here. Now let me see. Please, these are the until everything is running all good. If something breaks, there only. Observe now. I'm going to create one issue. Observe now. You will have like these issues, okay? Okay. I'm going to create one more file, deployment2.ml. Insert, paste. I'm deploying one more. Oh, I could have given another. That's okay. It will update the same image only. Now observe.
Error image pool.
What is the pod status here?
Error image pool.
Error image pool. So what is the mistake I did in the YAML?
You are passing same image.
Can you guys see here?
Port number.
Your port number is
Is it? What did I change?
There is no image with that name, right?
Some place I have changed, no? Here. One place only I have changed. 19th line. What did I change here?
And
tag.
You have to tell me why it is
Yeah,
wrong.
with the tag, there is no image on this.
Where?
yeah,
In
overwritten
ECR, there is in this particular ECR URL, there is in this tag, this name, there is no image is available.
Yeah, there is no image is available. Who is pulling this image now? That's where you are getting. Who is pulling this image? As per this diagram.
EKS,
Yeah, in the E case, which component?
API server.
kubectl.
Worker node will be
Yeah, so
Okay, I'll put it like this one more.
kubelet, right?
I'll put it here. This is the master. This is the worker node. Okay. And here is the ECR. Here is the admin. The admin in the sense automation server, whatever. Admin. The guy who runs the kubectl commands. The kubectl command. When you're running a kubectl, you need obviously one file. What is that file?
Config.
Kube config.
Without that, you cannot connect. That is internally the in that kube config you will have a API server endpoint internally here. This is the master. Here we have the components. Please, this is very important architecture. Yeah. API server.
API server,
Let's go here. Scheduler,
scheduler, controller,
etcd, and then the some controllers. Okay. Now you have YAML here. Deployment.yaml. This deployment YAML, you are saying that kubectl take this internally, this deployment YAML, you are giving to whom internally? API server.
API server.
YAML. In the YAML, what is the information will be there?
So where the image is there and where to deploy, how many resources we have to create and all.
All the definition, that's it. Not original. Just that is the definition of YAML you are giving, that's it. Now, API server internally does some logic. It will check that YAML is correct or not. All that it will check. Just it doesn't check that image exists or not. It doesn't check. API master job is not to pull image. No. Master will check is the kind correct is there or not. That's it. Normally it will check. Kind is correct or not. Normally. At least does it have a normal syntax or not? Basic checks, that's it. It check master. It doesn't do anything. My God. Then if it is valid kind and all, that internally, then it will the scheduler will say a pick one node. Then internally API server will internally will communicate to whatever given that. Let's say it went here. The YAML, the deployment YAML will be given as is to this. For example, you think it. In the deployment YAML, you told that internally you think it, okay? It will give as is to this. Now this guy will take that YAML, the worker node. Here you will have a component na kubelet. Kubelet. This guy will pull the image internally from ECR. What is the problem I made now? There was already one deployment was running. Then I corrupted it. That corrupted in the sense I gave the wrong image name. Now, who is pulling the image in this architecture?
Kubelet.
Kubelet. Now, Kubelet is trying to pull that image and then that image is available. The whatever the image tag we had given.
Not available.
No, not available.
Let me go to here. Let me go to ECR. What is the image tag we have here?
1.
1. What is the image tag we are trying to, we had given to
12.
1, 2. So now what it is saying?
Error image.
Error image pull.
Why? What is the reason in the error image pull reason?
1, 2 does not exist.
That image is not exist in the registry. That image. How can I check? Let's do kubectl. Please, this is the debugging command we use many times. Debugging command. Deployment is deployment normal. Let's say kubectl apply. Why do we use to deploy objects? There is a one debugging command. We use this debugging commands. Debugging troubleshooting commands, you can say kubectl describe PO pod whatever it's up to PO. I have habituation. You have to pass pod ID, pod name, something here. You see here, this is the pod name. You have to pass it. So what is the command we are using here? Docker describe. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Kubectl describe. To whom you are talking now internally? To whom you will be talking here? To whom you are asking this command?
API server.
API server.
server. That API server internally will talk that is out of job for us. Yes, we are talking to API server only. Give me that pod information. Describe PO. You have to put like this PO. Describe PO. Now see, it will give you step-by-step events. Okay, whatever you had given this YAML, right? It is been changed into this order. Something. You got one node also. You see here. let me ask you a few more. I mean, same repeated question. Okay. What did you deploy? What kind do you deploy to Kubernetes now?
Deployment
Deployment.
Content object.
That will create what object internally?
pod
Where pod will run?
worker node.
Worker.
Worker node. That's what here. You see here? The pod, who will select that worker node? Which component in the cluster?
Scheduler.
Scheduler. See, scheduler as assigned to this node. This is your worker node. Okay. This is the node. How do I know that in which worker node? What is the command?
Keeps it
Display. So this is the worker node. Deploy on this node, it is been deployed. This is the image ID. Internally pod handle. What is the current reason? What is the current status? It is in what status right here? Here, what status here? Image
Pull back.
pull back up. There is some problem with the image currently. Some situations you will get. Let me tell you one more use case also. Who is pulling the image?
Kubelet.
Yeah. Where is the kubelet is running?
Worker node.
worker node.
If worker node doesn't have a permissions to ECR to that registry, maybe it is in third party registry also, you will get this error. When do we get this error in that sense? One is if the tag doesn't exist. Second, if kubelet or the worker node doesn't have a permission to that registry also, you will get this error, image pullback of error. Two scenarios are told, permission issue to that registry. Second is if image doesn't exist. Now go here. Now see here. Observe please, this is a sequence of events. First, who is scheduled to this node? Image has been scheduled to this node. Then what is trying to do?
Pulling that image.
Pulling image.
Who is pulling that image?
Kubelet.
Kubelet. It said what?
It's
Failed to
Fail to pull.
Failed to pull the image internally like this. You have to see. Maybe what it is clearly saying that maybe not found or something issue with that. Something it is saying it not found only very clearly. Error image pull back up. And done. Now here is the one of your interview question. Let me tell you, in the real time, in your original projects, right, you will see this error many times. Developer they'll miss to build the image. They will just deploy, and then because it's all sometimes that human will does the mistake. They'll come to you, hey, can you check that my website is not coming? Something is breaking somewhere. When you do, how to check image in what status? Images are running or not? Something containers are running, pods are running. How to check in Kubernetes? kubectl
CTL get pull.
Get pods.
first check it, then you got like this. Next, if you see like this, next what is the command you have to do?
kubectl
Describe.
describe.
That will give you that what went wrong. That what it will tell you what went wrong. Okay. Describe. Pod also you can do. POD also, PO also you can do. It's up to you. Now you see this. This is what developer cannot solve this issue. You have to tell that. Then go to where you need to go. Go to this registry. Check that this tag is there or not. If the tag is there, still if you are not able to pull, what could be the problem I told?
Permissions problem.
Permission. That is the one thing you have to check it. If that. So this is, you have to tell that, hey, permission you have to fix it. Developer cannot fix it. Developer can fix what? Image, he can push another image also, 1 2 related. Let's say. Now let's do again. Tell me now, I need to fix this error. How can I solve this error? I need to fix this.
We have to
Yeah, we have to
like
build and push another
building
image.
with the same name.
Okay, what is that? Sorry, let's have an idea. What I need to do?
Have to
We have to
build
build
and push
that
the
name.
Yeah, let's do that. Docker build controller Docker builder. No, it's not that. Okay, let
But
me.
if the same changes and I think the image won't create, right? It will.
yeah, it won't push, not create.
No,
It
it will
won't-
push. It will push. It will push. It will push 1 comma 12. That's it. It will push. That's it, right? Here, Docker. Please, Docker push. No. First, we need to build image with the
build,
tag.
yeah.
Build fnt
Okay.
space dot. Next,
Push.
control E, remove the dot at the end. Just in the Docker push your URL, repo name, that's it. Colon tag. Done. Now image available or not?
Yes, available.
Wait for some time. Wait for some time.
It came.
Now image came. Now check the pods also. Keep select view. So kubelet nature is it will try to pull for some time. I think it will keep on repeat. There is a timeline will be there. It will try to keep on pulls that image, keep on pull. I'm not deleting anything. I'm checking still the event. Let's see. So 3 minutes back it tried. See, there is a timeline will be there. First immediately it pulled. Again, after 3 minutes, it tried to pull again, back off. It is trying to pull back again. It is trying back again. Retrying it, I can say that. Let's see. Kubelet will have some timeline. If you want immediately to get back, right? This is the beauty. Observe it. Please tell me here. I'll repeat the questions again. What object did you deploy?
Deployment.
What object it created internally?
Pod.
Pod. If you delete this pod, automatically pod will come. Who is creating that pod? Which object is creating the pod?
Replica.
No, no, no. Which object you deployed?
Deployment object. we
Deployment
deploy.
object.
Which object it created internally?
Pod.
Pod.
If you delete this pod, again it will get a which object again pod will get created by the deployment object. Why? Because you told replica equal to how many? How many always should be running?
1.
One. If you go to the Docker, right? Docker run you did. If you do Docker what is that command? Docker RMI, RM. If you do Docker RM, if you delete the container, new container will not come again because you never told that how many replicas and all. So if I delete this pod, how this pod has been deployed? With what object? I'll ask vice versa questions. How this pod has been created? With what object it's been created?
With the
Deployment
deployment
object.
object.
So
The pod
if you
is-
delete this pod, one more pod come automatically. Who will bring that? Deployment. Why? Because you told replica equal to how many? 1. Let's see, maybe it could have been pulled by this time. No. What happens, right? The kubelet nature is it will try frequently. You have to wait till that time. Instead of that, right, I'm going to do it right away. Go here.
Delete.
Keep CTL. This is the you can run this command, not a problem. But when you are running this command, right, you should know that how much the criticality of the pod. If there is a 4 pods are running, you can delete a 1 pod, not a problem. Delete. Zero. This is the command. Delete a pod. You have to pass the pod name beside with this. Sometimes it will hold. Now pod will come automatically, or you need to run again. You need to deploy again.
Automatically it will come.
Automatically.
Who is creating that pod?
Deployment.
Deployment object. You see now
Yes.
timeline. What image is running right now? What is the
Static
image
website
tag is
image.
running? What is the image tag is running?
Static website one.
Image tag. How can I check what is the image tag is running?
Describe the pod.
Keep it. Describe. PO.
Pod name.
Where do you see it? Different places. Here also you can see. Little top. Here also image. Here also. Here you can see what is this guy?
Worker node.
This is the worker node where the pod is running. That is the worker node node IP node host name. That is what here. That is cool. So let me go to this checklist once. You see, right? So we wrote the sample and then deployed it. Next, we are accessing it. No, sorry, we deployed it. Pod is running. Next, what is pending? In VM also, everything is deployed, but what is pending here? Pod is running. Next, what is pending? Next, what is pending?
To access.
You need to access this application outside, right? As a browser.
Right. Proxy.
Browser, we need to access this thing. Yeah. Where the pod is running,
Worker node.
how the pod has been created it. With what object?
API
Deployment.
server.
Deployment object.
Deployment
Deployment.
object, right? So you remember, if you remember, I told Docker will create its own network, right? Internally. Pod also similar. Doc container, pod, both are same keywords only. In the Kubernetes container name, we will call as a pod. Okay. Pod will have its own network again internally. There is one like Kubernetes networks types are there. Like in the Docker overlay to bridge the Mac VLAN something, right? In the Kubernetes also, we don't touch those networks, okay? Because EKS will manage them automatically internally. But you should know that pods are in private network. Okay, where they are running inside a worker node. If you understood perfectly, worker is in which network? One keyword you have to say, that's it.
Worker in private network.
What is that network? You know that technology. Worker is nothing but what?
EC2.
So in which network it is? EC2 will be in which network? VPC.
Yeah.
So workers are EC2s are our own network. So this is in AWS VPC network. This worker will be VPC network. They will create these guys will create internally one more VPC network. We don't touch it, but you should know that concept. They manage their internally how to one pod to another pod. You remember I told na one basic thing. If you remember, worker 1, worker 2, worker 3. Here pod is running, for example, on this port number. In Kubernetes, if we say like this, W3 IP address, colon 8080, in the Kubernetes, automatically they will forward. I was telling right here, they will forward. If you go in the VM technology, if you want access, how you need to access in the VMs? Directly you need to access it. But in the Kubernetes, right? If you send worker 3 IP address, colon with this port number, internally they will communicate. This is the one EC2, this is another EC2. This IP address will help you to reach to this AWS VPC network. But internally, you getting what I mean? I told this example, EC2 1, EC2 something. They will only internally will forward from one node to another node. How they are forwarding? Pods have their own network. They created their own VPC kind of internal technology that we don't touch it, but you should know that thing. So what is the guy is helping here? We remember I told
Proxy.
proxy. This guy will help you internally. They make their own network. If we say like this, right? So in the VM technology, if I want to hit directly, I was accessing this IP address colon. Now in the Kubernetes, right? Whatever worker node IP address, you give this port number, they will forward to correct pod. Internally, they will manage. They will talk. Okay. I'll come on it. Just keep that thought. Okay. So pods are in their own network. EC2 is its own network, VPC network. Now, where the pods are running?
Worker node.
In
Worker
worker.
node. So pods they created their own network. You should know that. That is the second thing. And what object you deployed it to get the pods?
Deployment object.
Deployment object.
Now, if you want to access these pods to outside, right? You need to deploy one more object. That doesn't create any pods, okay? I'll tell you, you know already. I'm going VM EC2. You know, you created one guy na here, target group. And then you attach it to this one to ALB. This one you are accessing, right? Route 53 something. You can use that endpoint also. This is what. In Kubernetes also, please observe here. K8s also. Pod is running. This pod created because of which object?
Deployment object.
If I want to access this pod outside, I need to create one object called service object. So how it will be? Please observe here. Please observe. Same formula. API version. Kind what I'm going to say. Service. And then metadata. Name. Something static. Service. Then spec. Here I'm going to select. This is very important. Select the deployment. What object I'm going to deploy here?
Service.
In the service object, why I'm saying object? Because it's a kind. Everything kind equal in the Kubernetes kind is called as an object. Okay. I'm going to deploy one service object. Thumb rule. Can you access? Please tell me. Can you access EC2 in private network? Please listen this question. I'm going with the VM. Can you access private EC2 outside?
No.
What is the one guy you needed to access it?
Public IP. Elastic IP.
No.
Yeah.
Your EC2 is in the private network. If you want access, what is the one you needed?
Load balancer.
Load balancer.
Load balancer. Same way, if you want access pod outside, you need this guy. Without service, you cannot access pod outside. Thumb rule. But you can access pod within the cluster. One pod can talk to another pod. But as an end user, if I want to access outside pod, mandatory you need service object. This service object will select which object here internally. You see here? Deployment. Because of this deployment, what got created here? Because of deployment, what are running?
Pods are running.
Pods are running. So let's say if I say 10 pods, if I say 10 pods in the deployment, if I say 10 replicas, all these 10 pods are grouped under one service. Same way, if I say 10 EC2 missions, can I group 10 EC2 missions under one target group? 2, 3, 4, can I group under
Yes.
multiple EC2 missions? Can I group?
Yes.
Yes, you can group. Target group internally will does the load balancing. Same way, thumb rule. Without service, you cannot access pod outside. You need one thing. We need. What is the service? Service is the entry point to access pods. It is entry point to access pods. You can think that service equal to nothing but target group only. You think like this. Without service, you cannot access pods directly outside. You cannot access. Mandatory, you need to deploy this object. So now I need to create one more ML, right? No. Previously, what ML you created it?
Deployment.
Now I need to create one more ML. What is that ML?
Service.
Service ML.
Service ML. Without service ML, you cannot access the pods outside. Thumb rule. Let's create here one more.
We can't keep both on the same.
Sorry?
No, we can't keep both on the same ML.
You can keep it. Here, right? In one ML, you can keep multiple. Like this, you can specify. Here only you can specify like this. You can specify. But don't club together like this. That's not good practice. Keep it in, yes, can I keep under one ML? You can keep it. Like this, you have to you have to separate that section. Better separate ML. Now here, please tell me syntax.
API version. Kind service. Metadata. Name. Static service.
Spec.
Spec.
Here we are going to,
Select.
this is very important, something selector or something. I don't care about the syntax, something backend or something like this syntax will be there, okay? Select some backend, something syntax will be there. Backend, blah, blah. Very important. Let's say I have 10 deployments. I have 10 service. How to match it? This is where, please observe here. In the deployment ML, you will have a somewhere called a label like this label. You have to give this label there. Take this label name as it is this name. This is the label name. It will select this deployment related pods only. Okay. Now take this name as it is. Then only it will select it. Otherwise, it doesn't do. Both should match. This name, the service name, whatever you are giving, this name, both should match. Internal, it will select. Let me keep it here. It will do like this. Now, what is the object you are going to deploy? No, oh, sorry, service.
Service.
Now let me ask you this question: will service run any pods?
No.
Service is just a definition. Service will not go to any worker and all, nothing. Service is a, please, I'm telling you that Kubernetes is a mind game little. It's pure virtual. In VM, right, we were going manually, we were doing it. In Kubernetes, you have to do brain mapping little. Okay. You cannot see the physically the something running or not something. Okay. Now, service will run any pods, service object.
No.
Which object is running the pod?
Deployment object.
Deployment object.
Service will select which object?
Deployment object.
Deployment.
Because of deployment, what are been running?
Pods.
Pods.
So service internally will select whom? Internally.
Deployment.
Okay, let me put it here. So because of deployment, what are running?
Pods.
Pods. Service is selecting to whom?
Deployment.
Deployment.
Internally to whom it will be selecting, obviously.
Pods. Pods.
Pods. So internally, if you send a request to service, internally, if you send a request to service, that internally will send a request to whom?
Pods.
So to whom you need to access, pods or service?
Pods.
Pods.
We
will-
never access pods directly. We never access directly pods. If you want to go to the pod, you need to go via
Service object.
service. So now if I access service, that internally will send a request to whom internally?
Pods.
Pods. Thumb rule. You cannot access pods directly outside. You need a one object, mandatory object.
Service object.
Any thoughts you want to ask on it? Now, there is a types, are there service type? I'll say type equal to observe piece. This is the beauty in the Kubernetes. I'll say like this keyword. Please observe here. What is the service type I'm going to create?
Load balance.
Automatically, if I give this YAML to Kubernetes, automatically one load balancer will come. Target groups will come. Security groups automatically will get added. You no need to touch anything. You will get an endpoint directly. That's it. The pods, worker nodes, they'll get managed. No manual crafting it. Just to say like this. The work, because
Which
you told, right?
load balancer will get created, sir?
Exactly, yes.
The
Load
ALB.
balancer will get created. Yes.
I mean, which is it classic one or it will be ELB?
Here we need to specify that. By default, classic. If you want to specifically, you have to spay here and type equal to ALB, you have to specify NLB, CLB, something. By
Okay.
default, you will get CLB.
Oh.
That is what. See now, where to where it went. How are you creating a load balancer now? Console with YAML.
With
YAML.
YAML.
What object you are deploying it?
Load balance.
Object.
Service object.
Service object.
What is the service type equal to here?
Load balance.
Load balancer. That's it. Then this service will select internal which objects?
Deployment object.
Deployment object. Okay, cool. Let's pass it here today. We will continue tomorrow. My objective, you guys, is here. You deploy something, then How to access it outside? Tomorrow we'll see. Please try to deploy this, at least build and deploy one image, sample image in your own cluster. I'll pass it here today. Thank you guys.
Thank you.